You're listening to Passages, a podcast about great books, life, and the wisdom of the Bible. And now your hosts, Drew Kaiser, Jason Pulliam, and Tim Layton.
Welcome. We're glad you're here. It's a rainy evening here in Leeds, Alabama, but we're nice and warm and dry in the studios.
There's a
ready to bring you another
little
podcast.
thunder rolling out there.
Yeah, a lot of thunder. Some lady told me tonight that thunder in February means snow in April. I don't know if that's a scientific observation or Farmer's Almanac.
I always thought
Never heard that
thunder
before.
in February meant storms in February.
That's
meant
a more immediate prediction.
Meant
but
lightning in February.
You know, that's as accurate as you're getting from the meteorologists these days.
Yeah. Well, you guys doing all right tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got some good stuff for this evening. We're going to start with a work item.
Right.
So
Bringing some of that corporate vibe in here.
I'm going to bring a little.
Have you been to a conference? Is this coming from a conference or a teleconference?
No, this comes more from the daily experience.
Oh,
right. So, one thing that I'm fascinated by, and I think I've mentioned this on podcasts before, is jargon that makes its way into the business, just in the office.
Yeah.
And so you will invariably, so in today's world, often, you know, in the past, we wouldn't see like the CEO of AT&T very much, right? You wouldn't go to some conference, you know, in Dallas or something and see him, but everything's a webcast now, right? So when it's time for the year to start, we get to see our leaders an awful lot more than we ever have. And that's a good thing. But I think one of the byproducts of this is that the things that they say and the way that they say it and the words that they use filter down, right? So
can I ask a question before?
Mm-hmm.
So when you see your CEO or one of the higher ups in corporate and they're doing these video conferences,
mm-hmm.
give me an idea of like what they're wearing. Are they in a nice business suit? You know, a vest, a pocket watch. I mean, is this the corporate type you see in that scene in Christmas Vacation where they're walking down the hall?
Yeah, it's a challenge for them, right? Because they have to look the part, but they have to also sort of look like man or woman of the people as well. So often they will have on, you know, some kind of like in today's world, typically you might get a blazer.
Mm-hmm.
You won't get a tie. You'll get a blazer, nice dress shirt underneath. You know, maybe a pair of khakis or something like that.
Yeah.
You won't get the full suit effect anymore.
But no, like skinny leg jeans with blazer.
You can get that.
Maybe see that
you
variant.
can get that from time to time, and then also like the pullover, the quarter zip is big. Normally, if they're wearing that, it's branded AT&T, and so. But it is an interesting, you know, it's another interesting thing, the way that dress has changed as what people wear to work has adjusted.
So like the
over
Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts are like rolling over in their graves
no
by the
doubt.
way these corporate executives are dressing these days.
Big Ed Whitaker, who was one of the previous CEOs at AT&T, probably would not be thrilled with what
Old
Mr.
three-piece
Stanky's
suit.
wearing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
What was his name?
Big Ed,
No, the current one's name.
John Stanky.
His name is, you said Mr. Stanky. We've got to come up with a better. Can we call him like John?
Did he invent that dance, the stanky leg?
Stanky leg. I believe he did. I think that was his claim to
I was
fame
wondering where that came from.
before he became CEO.
I would have to come up with some other name than Stanky.
Nobody from work ever listens to this podcast.
Oh, my.
career is over. All right, so
You're 40 years in. It's close to
it's
retirement
close to over
anyway.
It's practically over anyway. All right, so here's some jargon. Not all of these have I necessarily heard. A lot of them I have. I'm just interested in if you guys have heard these or understand sort of, you know, what they mean to you. This was one that I've not heard. It's called Bare Minimum Mondays. I think I may begin to adopt bare minimum Mondays. It says that it's a trend that encourages employees to start the week with lighter tasks to reduce stress. I mean, sort of get a slow start to the week. Bare minimum Monday.
I get that. That's a good one for preachers because we're wiped out on Sundays.
Absolutely.
Now, the preaching term that I've heard is brown truck Mondays. When you have such a bad Sunday, you're just ready to start driving a brown truck.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one.
I've heard that before.
And Mondays are the most chaotic day of my week, so I can't even imagine a bare minimum Monday.
Yeah.
And Brad, I know you're listening. No disrespect to our brown truck drivers.
No.
Love
I mean, you would think about driving a brown truck because it's a noble profession, right? I mean, so
absolutely.
Have you ever heard of a boomerang employee?
They leave and come back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good. Right. So, that's one of those ways that, you become like a big boss or whatever, right? You leave and get experience in another company and then you come back at a higher position or whatever. All right. I want to get into like terms that
you know what
really
you call
use.
a boomerang that doesn't come back?
Stick.
A stick.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So, bandwidth. What does bandwidth mean to you guys?
It's like I don't have the bandwidth to deal with that right now.
Right.
It's like
so,
your
I don't have time to do it.
ability,
Right.
your emotional fortitude and ability to deal with stuff.
I'm learning. My next staff meeting is going to be awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
I want you to drop.
They're going to
every
be
one of these.
confused.
Yeah, we're going to use a lot of these.
Low hanging fruit, y'all. Yeah, that's
easy
a pretty
task.
normal, right? Easy task, absolutely. Let's take a deep dive on this one.
Oh,
that means something to y'all. Yeah,
Yeah, we're going
to really go into.
I hear dive a lot these days. We're going to dive into this or take a
Right.
deep dive.
Yeah. So, that's above my pay grade.
that is very similar to that's not my job. I don't like that one.
Is that a cop out or is that a little humility and modesty?
It's really a cop out, right?
Yeah.
That decision is above my pay grade, right? I mean, somebody else needs to make that decision or whatever. Yeah. So, think outside the box. That's an old one, right? I mean, that one is
do something different.
Yeah.
Let's take it offline.
Does
I
that
hate
mean
that one.
I do. I hate that one.
What does that
hate-
mean?
There's
Does
a
that
lot of
mean
these
we're
that I
coming
really
back
hate.
into the office to work? What does that mean?
That means we're going to
Outside the meeting.
We're going to take this outside the meeting, right? In other words, could you give it a break?
Yeah.
That
means we're not going
That's
to
like
take it
you're
anywhere.
talking too much.
Can we take this
Can we
off-
just
take this
step
offline?
outside and talk about
Yeah.
this later? I get that.
right, or maybe let's step outside and don't ever talk about this again. Okay?
Let's
Yeah.
give you a chance.
That's what it means.
In fact, we're going to give you a chance to be a boomerang employee. You leave, and we'll see if you come back.
Let's see. How about?
This is great, Ray.
I don't-
This is a
I don't
caesur,
like
people.
these.
A caesur.
Have you guys heard about this one? And I hope I didn't use this on an earlier podcast. This one's not something that people say, but it's more of something that people do. Have you heard about coffee badging? Have I told you about this?
No.
All right. So
We don't need no stinking badges.
this is one that I read in an article and I've actually heard used by my boss, but describing this behavior.
Okay.
So as y'all know, in my company and a lot of other companies, there's been a big return to work initiative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's happened in the federal government as well. And so people have to be back in the office. Coffee badging represents a situation where somebody comes in, grabs a cup of coffee, logs into their computer, does a couple of mundane tasks, and then takes it back to the house. So basically, it's coffee badging,
Wait.
right?
So do y'all have to badge out at the end of the day?
No.
Oh, there's the loophole.
Yeah, that's how you
However-
fix that. Let's
however,
badge out.
Genius came up with that
Yeah,
system.
but in companies now, actually, we have the building that I'm in has a place to hit to badge out, but they don't use it. They just open the door. And most of the other company buildings, you only badge in, you don't badge out.
Which is how
Now-
companies find dead employees after 4 or 5
It
days.
sure is, right? Absolutely. But just so companies are smarter than that because they also monitor time on the network. And they can monitor time on the network separate from like VPN time when you're logging in from home.
Mhm.
And so people who
They don't need the badge
the
out.
coffee badgers of the world. It's not going to last, right? They will get busted.
There'll be a reckoning.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I've never heard that term though.
And it's a problem for you because you don't drink coffee.
right.
Do they
You
have
can't
Mountain
do
Dew
this. It's not
badging?
fair to you.
I don't think
Diet
they have
Mountain
such
Dew
a thing as
badging?
Diet
Yeah.
Mountain Dew badging. Yeah. So this one, I pray that my boss never hears this episode because she uses this one incessantly. She tells us that let's think about the art of possible.
Oh, I've never heard that before, but I hate it already.
Possible.
Yeah.
And I sort of cringe.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No. The art of possible.
The art of possible. So, Jason, it's time for you to really consider the art of possible in relation to this. Let's think about this.
What does that even mean?
That doesn't add
that means what you've thought so far are a bunch of stupid ideas. How about coming up with a good one?
Well, why don't you just say that was a stupid idea? Let's go back to the drawing. Well, how about let's go back to the drawing board? What's wrong with that one?
You could use
The
that one.
art of possible. That's somebody that spent way too much time online looking up cliches that are new.
And I think I've told y'all these last two because these are hot buttons for me, and I will report that if my boss and my coworkers ever learn about this podcast, this will end it.
Guys, if you are listening to this, Tim is doing this under duress.
That's right.
We are
They
forcing
forced me
him
to do this segment.
I have a heat lamp. I'm holding over him right now, and he's wearing the tinfoil hat.
All right, so these last two are fancy ways of saying the word group.
Okay.
All right, so
Because we need a fancy way to say group?
well, apparently we do.
Well, what do you do with a Groupon? Is there a fancy way to say coupon that's for a group?
So now when we talk about groups of customers, we call them cohorts.
Oh, yes.
A
You have told me.
cohort of customers.
That comes from research studies, though, because in research, you got cohorts.
All right.
So I understand the basis of it, but you can still
It's
say
an
group.
unnecessary word.
Yeah, group works.
The last one is, and I may have told you this one as well, but it's a French word,
Oh, well, you are a master at French.
tranche. You ever heard of tranche?
You're going to have to spell that one.
That is TRANCHE. And
tranche.
it's a finance term meaning one part or division of a larger unit, as of an asset pool or investment. The loan will be repaid in 3 tranches.
Could we just say in 3 parts? Divisions,
Groups.
cohorts,
Exactly.
That's pretentious
Yeah.
to use.
tranche.
word like
Do
that.
they say tranche or do they say tranche?
No shay on it. There is
Well,
no little stress
obviously
mark
they
there.
did not
But-
take.
But I
French.
think I'm going to start trying to
You should
to
correct
put the
it.
stress mark on
I'm
it.
gonna plug that into
I
Google
believe
Translate
that
at some point. We're
We're now going to work on several of the tranches of the
Tranche.
day.
Wow.
And then every time I say it, I'm going to say,
Yeah, you have to add that. You must
All right,
add that.
That's it for what they're
those are
saying
good.
at work.
Guys, I just got a really great message from our good brother Patrick Birch. Y'all started recording yet? I can call in. So if we want to bring him into the mix,
Absolutely.
I can definitely do that.
Bring him on in.
We have to call him, though, right? We don't have a way to receive calls just yet.
I'm gonna Bluetooth my phone to this, and Patrick always
That could be dangerous.
enjoys my holiday time because of what I bring to the podcast. So this will be good for him.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get.
Y'all talk for a second while I try to get him pulled up here to call. I'm having to connect.
Tim,
my phone.
cohort has a military ring to it.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So I don't know if
And
that's
then-
aggressive to. They apply it to the customers, the cohort,
Right. So just
customers?
groupings of customers, right? So we've been doing things with like large groups of customers, and they've been referred to as cohorts. And it's just that, when a
It's just
new
out of
word
place.
it just comes up out of the blue, and like somebody uses the word, and then all of a sudden we all use it.
It's like that time we had a youth minister use the word tertiary in an elders meeting and just about blew the elders' mind.
We don't talk that
All
way
right,
around
here we
here.
go. Let's see if this is
Looks on
working.
people's faces when they just
You
wrinkled
and your
up tertiary.
Fancy talk.
Get out of here, fancy boy.
Hello, Patrick Burtz. You are listening to the Passages podcast. Welcome to the live production.
You're on the air.
WARC coming at ya.
All right.
Tune it in and tear the knob off.
You've called in as the third or fourth person that's ever called in. We may have to pot your mic up a little bit though, or your volume. You got a Bluetooth volume thing over there?
Am I the most passenger right now?
Are you driving?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore.
Then you would be a passenger. I guess you're just a passenger right now. You timed this perfectly because it is my time to talk. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of what you missed tonight during our lesson. I took home something. So we talked about the physical effects of the physical dangers of social media, internet use, that kind of thing. You know, what I learned tonight, and I will take this home and remember this, is that obesity, anxiety, depression, and a number of other maladies are actually caused by sleep deprivation. So I can continue to have Baconators. I can continue to have all the good things in life because I just got to get more sleep.
Get you a good snooze.
Yeah, you may have misheard what was being said. What I meant to say was sleep deprivation contributes to these conditions.
I'm pretty sure
it's not the sole cause of the problems.
And guys, I went today to the doctor and weighed in. Number one, her scale lies. It sits on a throne of lies. I stepped on it and it went, oh. I quickly did the math in my head, and guys, my BMI says I'm there. I'm obese. So I've got to go and get more sleep tonight.
I always think it's fair that the doctor scales, you're wearing, full clothes, shoes. That adds.
Not by the end of it, I wasn't. Right. I just kept taking off stuff, hoping the weight would go down. I was like, hang on a second, I still got my underwear. No, I'm joking. So speaking of jokes, it's a holiday coming up. It's my favorite of the Hallmark holidays. It's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
If you haven't gone out and got your Valentine a gift yet, it's not too late. You can go pick up just about anything you want. But in honor of Valentine's Day...
Can you really? Anything?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. If you wait too long, you can get them a card, but it's going to be in Espanol. Especially now, there should be some more of those available. All right, let me talk about some Valentine's Day jokes, okay? Here we go. What did the painter say to his wife on Valentine's Day?
The painter.
Yeah, he said, I love you with all my art. Oh, that was a good rim shot there. I'm going to try to skip around and hit my favorite ones and save the favorite ones for last.
Oh, okay. I thought based on the first one, you were shortening the list.
No, I'm not shortening it yet. No, we're not ready.
We didn't start out with a bang.
All right. What did the chef give his wife for Valentine's Day?
Oh, food?
No, a hug and a quiche.
It's going to be a lot of puns again.
Oh, these were bad, guys. I spent an hour looking through these today, and I got like 10 decent ones.
Pick the worst ones out.
Yeah.
There are not that many people in line to fill the position of Valentine's Day joke writer.
No, and they're awful. It's like they took the Halloween jokes and just reworded them.
Are
actually,
you kidding me?
I know
they
that's
would do
shocking.
that?
Yeah. So, what do you call two birds in love?
Lovebirds?
No, tweethearts.
Just based on a speech impediment. That's all that joke is.
It is. It's kind of wrong, actually, if you think about it.
Speech impediments are not funny.
What's the best part of Valentine's Day? The sale on chocolate candies the next day.
Oh, man.
Because Valentine's Day is over and the chocolate candy's on sale. Anyway.
Is that a joke?
Is that a joke or is that just an announcement?
That might
like
be
an observation.
That's probably truth. Yeah. Okay.
This also applies to Halloween, November 1st.
That's great candy.
More so on Halloween. Yeah. True.
Why did the banana go out with the prune on Valentine's Day?
A banana and a prune.
Yeah,
That's
why
an
did the
odd
banana go out with the prune?
combination.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't find a date.
How about this one? Because they were moved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
They move you.
Yeah.
There's something there. We got a workshop
Let's
that
come
one.
back. Yeah.
A
Prune
banana
juice
moves
definitely
you?
moves, but I don't know. Does a prune move? I don't know.
You put a banana with a prune, something's gonna happen.
There's going to be
I'm gonna
some
tell you.
movement. Yeah.
You better set aside a little extra time at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. You better have your map to all the cleanest bathrooms with you. Let's see here. What did one piece of toast say to the other on Valentine's Day?
Something about butter, maybe.
Yeah, you're my butter half.
There we go. Almost got one.
All right. Let's see here. What is the difference between you and a calendar, Tim?
The difference between me and a calendar.
Yeah.
Not really sure, Jason.
Calendar has a date for Valentine's.
Ooh.
Sick burn.
Ouch.
That was mean.
Millie would like to have a word with you.
Yeah.
Man.
Harsh.
Between that, I'll be in trouble with Millie. You'll be in trouble with corporate. So, I mean, we're going to be okay.
That's
Tim
right.
was bashing AT&T.
This is going to be our final episode.
Yeah.
Or
Let's
at
see
least
here.
the last one
Or the
where I'm-
beginning of Tim's podcasting career.
Yeah. Yep.
or the beginning of my retirement.
This may be the first one that goes viral. Yeah. Let's see here. Why do you need a charcuterie board on Valentine's Day? Well, it's the best way to say brie mine.
What?
Brie is a
It was-
soft cheese from France.
It was actually hard to push the rim shot button. I had
That was
to.
bad. Well, luckily I've
That one
saved
needed. That definitely needed the trombone. That
Luckily,
was-
I've saved the best three for last. So let's see here. What is the difference between love and marriage? Love is blind. Marriage is an eye opener. Yipes! That's tough room.
That's one of the best.
Wrap it up. Tough room. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. What did one light bulb say to the other on Valentine's Day?
You light up my life.
You're the light of my life.
No, I love you a whole lot. Again, we're making fun of speech
Yeah,
impediments.
the speech impediment
These-
joke.
they're bad.
Which are the funniest in the group?
All right. So, what did the octopus say to his spouse on Valentine's Day?
You getting so handsy or?
No, can I hold your hand?
Okay, that was the best one.
That's
so
why
far.
I saved it for last.
Yeah.
So we've all got younger
good.
kids that they're new to dating. Some of them have not yet dated, and so I looked up some Valentine's Day pickup lines so that we could help them with these. Okay.
Okay.
And I think these are some that we need to pass on. I'll save my favorite ones for last. So, are you the internet? Because I'm feeling a connection. Get that one?
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't think we've got the bandwidth.
That'll work for
I'm
sure.
Not sure we got the bandwidth for that.
Right.
One. Yeah. Tim, you're like a dictionary. You bring meaning to my life.
Oh, that's heavy.
Awful.
That'll work.
These never worked for me. Did pickup lines ever work for y'all?
I don't think pickup
I don't
lines have
think-
ever worked for anyone.
This is one they like to hear. You and I are a lot like socks. We make a great pair.
Mm.
Okay, that one's bad.
Mm.
They don't need to do that one. Let's see here. You must be Italian because you got a pizza in my heart. A piece of my heart. All right, let's see here.
I think the slip up on that one was better than the actual punchline.
Patrick, I'll hang up on you.
You got a pizza in my heart. What does that mean?
Let's see here. Are you a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you.
I can hear that coming out of Sam Pullum's mouth.
He's
There we
never
go.
said that one, but I'm sure I'll teach it to him.
Here we go.
Drew, is your name Chapstick? Because I think you're DeBalm.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's
that is
so bad.
terrible.
All right, and now we're getting to my favorites. Let's see here. Do you believe in love at first sight? Love at first sight? Or should I walk by again?
Oh,
There's confidence in that one.
Yeah. You're so beautiful. I wish I was cross-eyed so I could see you twice. I don't know if that's an appropriate joke for me to make.
Cross-eyed joke.
So we made fun of
First
people with
speech
speech impediments, now physical disabilities. Yeah. And my last three in no particular order.
All right.
Tim, I don't have a library card, but do you mind if I check you out? All right, and for the creepy ones.
Sort of troubled the tree.
Oh,
that
was
a
a creepy one?
All right, do we want to go creepy or do we want to go teenage humor here?
You've already gone creepy.
Yeah. Well, let's stick on this creepy one.
All right.
We'll end on the horrible teenage humor that everybody will remember.
All right.
Tim, you're so much prettier in person than you are through my binoculars.
Oh. You were right. There was
That's
creepy.
a creepy one. And then the final one, Tim, you're so hot that if you ate a slice of bread, you'd poop out toast.
There you go.
Jason, you got any jokes about restraining orders?
I had one, but I couldn't go near it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to end with a little verse for y'all. Probably won't read it all the way to its finish, but a little poem
Oh, no.
for Valentine's Day.
Who, do you know the author of this poem?
L. Phelps.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm glad this isn't a live program.
What is love?
What is love?
What is this longing in our hearts for togetherness? Is it not the sweetest flower? Does not this flower of love have the fragrant aroma of fine diamonds? Does not the wind love the dirt? Is not love not unlike the unlikely knot it's unlikened to?
I'm crying.
Are you with someone tonight? Don't question your love. And you'll have to read the rest of it yourself.
So you read that straight through? That was...
Oh, I did. I ended it early. You don't ever
You didn't
want to
redact vast portions of the middle because...
No, I didn't redact. I didn't read the end because the
Because
end
you
gets
need
a little
to
pointy.
always leave them wanting more.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
but don't question your love.
that poem
No, I thought
was
you were done.
wanting.
Yeah.
I don't know if...
Release the power within
I
yourself.
thought you were done.
I'm done. Tame the wild cosmos with a whisper.
Jason, this might be where we say, "Baby, don't hurt me."
I'm just gonna stop right there.
Anymore.
But I also like tennis.
Okay.
But that's what I brought tonight, guys. A little Valentine's Day pleasure and
Thank
joy
you
for y'all. Will you,
for that hard work.
Drew?
You are the great curator of jokes.
Drew, will you be my Valentine?
I will.
Sweet. Thanks.
If I'm free. We'll have to see what my calendar says for February the 14th.
Well, I know your calendar has a date.
Mm.
See what I did there? All right,
Yep.
I'm done embarrassing myself.
That was a good callback.
Luckily, guys, we don't have a holiday for quite a while.
Yeah, we get a break till St. Patty's Day.
Oh, I bet there's
Bet you
some
can
good
find some
leprechaun jokes.
Leprechaun jokes.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure our audience will be on the edge of their seat waiting
no doubt.
to see about that. Speaking of what the audience wants, one of our most popular segments explores the vocabulary of Generation Z.
All right.
Also, one of the only segments we've ever had to go back and edit.
Yes, the only one we did because we didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, until
Till our
teenagers
kids
heard it.
started hearing, they're like, "Dad, you can't say
you
that."
didn't know what you just said?
Oh, whoops.
Well,
Oh,
let me make a call right quick.
Total ignorance.
Well, when you have a
Yeah.
tranche of words like that,
Oh, yeah.
you just don't know what
Nice,
to do.
nice. Well, this is a public service public service for our audience. The older generations are having a hard time understanding the kids, and so we're having to
That's what
roll out a
Passages is here
glossary.
for.
That's what we're here for.
That's right.
And this is the third segment because the vocabulary is dynamic and it changes so quickly. And these words, I'm not sure were even being used a year ago or less than a year ago when we explored this before. So I've got a list here, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I want to be thorough.
True,
And
the
so I'm
night
going to
is
educate
young.
our folks here.
That's right. We need
And
to know.
I've got them in alphabetical order.
Oh, I like.
You guys may
I like that.
think of one or two that you need to break in with. That's fine. So I'm going to start with the letter A, aura. Aura, A-U-R-A, which I thought meant this light that appears around a person, but it has to do with your overall vibe, energy, or personality. I've heard it used as something really good. That's aura, which is different from this definition. Basic, the letter B, basic. That has to do with mainstream products, trends, and music. That's so basic. Taylor Swift is basic.
So it's
Walmart is basic.
So it's not a positive
No.
thing to be basic.
So
to be
what would be something that's
like
not
common.
basic
Well,
in today's generation to the young kid? Because I've never
like
heard this term.
Trader Joe's is not basic. Walmart is basic.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Trader Joe's is hipster.
yeah.
how
Or
about
yuppie.
how about the food line down here in Leeds? What would that be? Is that basic?
We've probably got a word for that. Let's put a pin in that.
Okay,
I don't
I'll
think
put a pin in it.
I don't
We'll
think
come
it's
back.
basic.
I'll put a pin there. Got it.
Let's see if we can. What about Betamaxing? Tim, you remember the Betamax?
I do remember it. I didn't have one.
It was a videotape, right?
It was a videotape, but it was a rival of the of
VHS?
VHS.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. It wasn't a brand of VHS tapes. It was the rival that lost
That's
right
right.
to VHS.
And I think it was made by Sony.
It means it's slang for to be exceptionally good at something, but ultimately lose out to a less superior option. Drawing a comparison to the Betamax videotape format, which was technically superior to VHS, but ultimately lost market dominance due to factors like price and compatibility issues. Now, that's a useful term
It's like
because
that-
there are a lot of things like that I've noticed.
Yeah.
Products,
Wasn't
people.
Was there
my
a rival to the
experience-
iPod or something like that? It was also sort of in that same realm. I think maybe had more.
Would you say the
features or
Palm
something.
Pilot compared to like this? Well, no, I don't know. I'll tell you what was definitely Betamaxing was me playing right field in high school. I lost out that position to a much, much more inferior
Yes.
person
I believe that.
just because he was friends with the coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not that I was
You got
awful.
Betamaxed.
Here's
got
one I hear a
Betamaxed,
lot:
yeah.
bougie.
Bougie.
Means high class, materialistic, derived from bourgeoisie. Bougie. Bougie. Is it a G or a G?
Well, this is a bougie.
Bougie.
Like I'm wearing a bougie shirt tonight. I mean, this is a nice.
That is a bougie shirt.
Bougie shirt. Yeah.
Perfect use of that.
Yeah.
Brain rot. This is pretty self-explanatory. A state of losing touch with the real world as a result of consuming hyper-stimulating or chronically online content. I mean, this sounds like a word that parents would use. Or the constant use of seemingly meaningless buzzwords such as skibbity, Riz.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
It's ironic that this is on this list.
Yeah.
That one seems like low hanging fruit.
Oh, there it is.
Tie it all
I'm trying to
together.
tie them all together. I'm working on it.
One of the newest and one of my favorites here is Chad. Do you know what a Chad is? Patrick, you know what a Chad is?
Well, I know it caused some major
I
problems
have-
in the
I-
election one year in 2000 or 2002.
I have heard of Chad, but I would like to hear the official definition.
Is it just a Chad or is it the Chad?
I think,
like you're being a Chad?
Okay.
yeah. It generally refers to an alpha. I love how it defines these words with other similar words. Or it's simply a very attractive male is a Chad.
Oh, well, we're a room full of Chads.
There
and
you
if
go.
he's
If you're
he's
blind.
doubly successful as a alpha male, he's a giga Chad.
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad.
Wow.
Male, M-A-I-L or M-A-L-E? Which one? I get those
M-A-L-E.
confused. Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Have you
M-A-L.
ever heard?
We had the wrong thing on our mailbox for
Have you ever
years.
heard Chad come out of Ava's mouth? Did you ever use Chad?
Well,
Or
long
Giga
time
Chad?
ago,
Giga
a long time ago, she and Caroline were using Chad.
Chad. Okay.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that it was a thing. I
So
just thought
then
they
the
were
alpha is just like the top dog, right? It's like in the
Yeah,
alpha,
yeah.
the alpha dog, the premier,
Leader,
yeah, the leader of
powerful.
the pack. Okay, okay.
Cook. This is one I like to hear my son say. He'll say, "Oh man, he's cooked." That's not a good thing if you're cooked. We're cooked.
Like your goose is cooked.
Yeah.
Or
To
is it
cook
like,
is to, but it
or is
can
it he's
mean
high?
it can be good or it can be. Jackson always uses it
that's
in the
baked,
negative
isn't it?
sense,
oh, that's baked. That's
Yeah.
true.
but it can be good. Like to cook is to perform or do well, or when a person is cooked. So the active sense is to do well. The passive sense, you're cooked. You're in danger physically, emotionally, or a failure.
Okay.
So this is
So
it
cook,
could
the
go
nuances.
either way.
so cook
Yeah.
versus cooked.
we use it in the
Really?
active.
That means I have to know the
He's-
difference
he-
between the active and the passive. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, you might just want to stick to the
Cook to me is what they
as
do to
would
my
say,
burger
the
at
boomer
Wendy's.
words, as
Yeah.
they would say, even though
Yeah.
we're not baby
Yeah.
boomers.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Some of you aren't.
you're not a baby boomer.
one of us is.
I'm right on the edge. I mean, I am on the edge.
He's
But
boomer.
you're not there.
66.
He's boomer adjacent.
I am right there
Yeah.
next to it.
We better take this offline.
Yeah.
But
What about this one? Surely y'all have heard your kids say
Don't
this.
call me Shirley.
Sorry. Crash out.
Nope, never
No.
heard that one.
You haven't?
No.
Man, I hear Jackson.
Is that
Patrick,
just means
have you heard
being
that?
lazy?
To make a reckless or regrettable decision after a bout of rage or upset. It just means you're pooped. You're exhausted. Dank. I included this. I skipped a bunch, but I included this one because it doesn't mean what it sounds like it means. Dank is excellent or high quality.
Well, I've always heard it in reference to weed, dank weed.
Oops. Well, maybe that means it's good weed. See, here, my ignorance. Probably wouldn't have included that
Not
if I known.
you ever used it personally.
Interesting that
Just
Jason
heard it.
knows
I've
this
heard
word.
that. Yeah.
Era.
Oh no, we lost Patty.
Oh, no wonder he's not answering my questions.
Oh,
Y'all have heard era, right? This is a Taylor Swift word. Period of interests or priorities. I'm in my sweater era.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it really just means what era means, but they sort
But
of
it's
use it
using
in-
the wrong context.
Right.
All right,
It's
I'm
not
trying
in
to
a
get it back
historical context. It's
Yeah.
like
we lost
know,
him. What was that word? I missed it.
era.
ERA.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Taylor Swift had her Eras tour.
Like her earned run average.
No.
No. Okay.
Hey, speaking of Taylor,
Are you back, Patrick?
I'm back.
Not treated too well at the Super Bowl.
Oh, she got booed at the Super Bowl. That
Yikes.
was
So did that other really famous
Interesting.
guy that was there, right? Wasn't the general response to? No, wait, they went nuts for him, didn't they?
Yeah.
you talking about El Presidente?
El Presidente. You can't say it that
but,
way.
But I think that
I saw
the Taylor Swift thing really was apparently it was a very pro Eagles crowd.
Right. A lot of that was
And so
anti-Chiefs.
She got booed
Yeah.
because of
She's a representative
Kelsey.
of the Chiefs.
yeah.
I saw a video of her sitting in her box, and she kind of looks at the person sitting next to her, and then turns and kind of faces the crowd, and it looks like she's mouthing, "What is happening right now?"
Yeah.
That's
She's
awesome.
never been booed.
She's never been booed. She had no idea how to react.
Yeah. Well,
Happens to
Yeah.
everybody.
step into that political realm.
Yep.
You better be ready for it. How about this one? Finna.
Fixing,
Short
like
for fixing to.
FINNA.
FINNA is the way it's spelled here. I'm finna.
Drew,
Finna.
is
Eat a snack.
fixing to even grammatically correct?
Oh, absolutely.
No,
not.
no, it's not.
Right.
I
The
would
term
know.
has its roots in Southern American English, where fixing to has been used to mean getting ready to since the 18th century.
So it's slang of a slang.
It's slang of a slang. That's
Double
what I love about it.
slang.
It's shortening an already lazy term. Instead of saying I'm getting ready, I'm fixing to is the lazy way to say it. And now they're just saying I finna.
Finna.
Finna to put my clothes
is
on.
Is that somehow akin to tumped over?
What?
That's when
No,
you,
but
that's
I've
when
heard that
some-
term,
that's
Patrick,
when,
and
that's when you push something out
Like
of like
Yeah,
turn a canoe over
Yeah,
or
that-
something.
yeah.
yeah, you tumped it over.
To
But that's
turn
not a real
over?
word, right?
I don't think
I
so.
guess it's not.
I tell
think
you
it's
what's been
another-
happening nationally is they've been trumped over. Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
Gulf of America. Sorry.
Canada, 51st
Okay.
state.
These next two are two of my least favorites.
All right.
Hit different.
Hit different.
You know that hit different.
Oh,
That sounds like a corporate word.
that,
Y'all have seen that, right?
that
You've
hits
heard-
different with
that
me
hits
or
different,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
to be better in a distinctive manner. And then I don't like this one. You have to, you see it more than you hear it. IYKYK.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I
hate
saw
that.
a billboard with that on it recently.
It's an acronym. If you know, you know, and it's used to describe inside jokes, which is why I hate it on social media, which is a public forum for everybody. You put this inside joke on there.
Then I have FOMO.
IYKYK.
Hey, just to annoy our kids, let's start pronouncing it like Ike.
Ike. And wink. Wink when you say it. Ike.
I refuse to do that.
No.
I saw this on one of my son's videos, this term, main character. I heard a kid say, there was a girl out front, and a kid said, she's trying to be the main character. Mm-hmm. Someone who wants to be the star of their life.
All right.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Doesn't everyone want to be the star of their life? No? I mean, isn't that a normal...
I don't think that's very Christian. I think that we're supposed to humble ourselves. And the Lord will exalt you.
The Lord.
I started to sing in with you, and then I realized it's the female part, and I wasn't sure what my voice would do.
It would hit it.
Jason, I put this one on the list because of the podcast episode that you and I did alone.
Okay.
Remember the preacher segment?
Oh, yeah.
Lit. Now, lit means remarkable, interesting, fun, or amusing. We had a family retreat where the shirt said Tote Lit's fam, something like Tote Lit fam. So I think this is as old as that shirt and that retreat. But we were
I think I washed my car
reviewing
with that one.
we were reviewing a bad preacher segment where the guy said the sky was litten up.
Litten up. That's right.
Litten up. So
Yeah.
he misused this.
Yeah.
Now for the weirdest one on the list.
All right.
Mew. Do you know what mewing is?
Spell that for me.
MEW.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's where you're like flexing your jaw
Yeah.
or your mouth in some way to get like
Is
the
it this
perfect
thing?
jawline.
Is it this thing right here when
Yes.
you do this thing or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. It's where
What
they.
in the world?
Yeah, you
I'm
run,
gonna
you
try
run
to do
your
it.
finger on your jawline.
What in this round world is that?
It is so strange.
I'm telling you, there's two of us in this room. You can't see our jawline, and not because of our beards. I'm not talking about the two with beards. I'm talking about two of us that our jawlines are a little on the fluffy side.
because of our sleep deprivation.
That's exactly right.
And you don't mew. You got to mute.
You
Listen
gotta
to
mute.
the definition.
Okay, I'm
this
gonna
is
try
funny.
muting. Is this working?
Yeah, you just do that for about 8 years. That's perfect, Jason.
I thought I nailed
But
it.
why do you trace it? Is that just to show how
It's
impressive
to
it is
show
or
it.
something?
Yeah, that's to draw attention
you're
to
telling
it.
Them, you're telling them you can't talk. You do like the finger over your mouth, and then you run it down your jawline.
Yeah, because listen,
I had
it's
to
a
turn my
pseudo
head.
a pseudo scientific method to restructure someone's jawline by pressing their tongue to the roof of their mouth. Coined by controversial British dentist John Mew and his son Mike, the term became popular in the late 2010s and on TikTok.
So where you do that, you can't talk.
Yeah.
You can't mew and talk at the
Yes.
same time. I'm crying.
Yeah, just
Seriously.
keep mewing.
It's very
We'll-
difficult.
We'll take care of the podcast.
Jason will mew for the rest of the night now.
You may want to mute me for the rest of the night.
All right, let me run through the rest of this pretty quick. Op. Now, well, I said pretty quickly, but
Opportunity?
op is confusing to me because I hear my kids use it like a spy. So I was thinking special ops.
Okay.
But it's short for opposition or enemies. So it's anybody's
Oh.
opponents.
Not Ocean Pacific.
He's an op. He's against me.
Okay. So
Okay.
Not Ocean Pacific. That
opponent.
goes back too far. A pick-me is somebody
nice
who
shirts.
seeks validation by trying to stand out.
Pick me.
A pick-me, often putting down others in their gender or group to gain favor or attention. Guys, I'm so bad at this.
Oh.
That's a pick-me.
Yeah, I don't like those people.
You guys, I'm so ignorant. No, you're not. You know, that's what they're looking for.
They're looking for validation.
Fishing for a
They're
compliment.
being a pick me.
They're being a
Yeah.
pick-me, yeah.
Fishing.
Slaps refers to something perceived to be good. It slaps. Slay means to do something well. And that's the end of my list.
Wow.
All right,
Okay,
and-
Sigma.
Yeah. Sigma, did you got it?
I was teaching at the high school. I taught 2 classes a couple weeks ago, and they kept talking about this guy who thinks he's a Sigma, and I think it means wants to be an alpha, a step down from an alpha, maybe. I'm really not sure.
A Sigma is like, okay, Lion King. You got the Mufasa, and then the lion that's the outcast. What's his name? I didn't prepare this, and I don't know much about the Lion King. There's a bad lion that's like out by himself all the time.
Yeah.
He's a Sigma.
He's a Sigma. So Sigma is not necessarily a complimentary term.
Not necessarily, but
Scar.
Sigma, Scar. There you go.
Good job.
Sigma is a lone wolf kind of
Yeah,
person.
okay.
This one says it's often used to describe someone who's confident, mysterious, and doesn't actively seek validation from others.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that Scar fits that last one, but
That rules me out. I'm more of a pick-me. Pick-me, guys.
yeah.
I do need to correct the record. The word tump is an actual word.
All right.
Huh.
It is a verb from 1967, and in the dictionary means to tip or turn over, especially accidentally.
Tim,
It
you
is a
should have known
noun in
that.
England
I tumped over
from
my shopping cart.
1589 though, so it's been the word has been around a
Oh.
long time. I guess the U.S. has changed the meaning of it though.
I'm like you, Patrick. When I first heard that term, I thought they're mixing 2 words up together. They mean tip and
dump.
dump, and they put it together, and they just don't know what they're doing. But they're using words from the 16th century.
Wow.
Shows that maybe I'm a Sigma. I think I misused that.
Yeah, you probably should get back to the art of possible on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Patrick again.
All right. Well, we're going to try to get Patrick back on the line and take a break. And hang on, and we'll have a bad preacher segment. All right, it's time for Bad Preacher.
Bad preachers.
Put your hand on that television set.
And you wouldn't go about establishing your own kingdom in the video room.
Isn't that something called a moshoko matata?
Could it be
I'm going to have to take the tongue speaker out. He's starting to get on my nerves.
He's a little creepy.
Yeah, at first it was funny, but now it's starting to sound like baby talk.
Well, and the fact, that's
We've heard his,
essentially what it is.
we've heard his tongue too much.
Yeah. May have to work on that in my spare time, all that extra time I've got.
Well, I mean, you work tonight. You got till Sunday off. Plenty of time.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
That's a new one.
What's
Never heard that
what's the
one.
Monday that we talked about earlier?
Brown Truck Monday?
But there was the
low.
what was the term?
I'm looking
It
for
was your term.
When you're but that was
bare
not
minimum Monday.
Bare minimum
Bare
Monday.
minimum Monday.
Yeah, that's what you need to do on a bare minimum Monday.
That's right. All right.
So we got a bad preacher clip that
Yeah.
was submitted by our own Patrick Birch, who we did a little phone time with, having some phone issues. So he'll be back with us next week. But this is so he sent us this, and the what's the word I'm looking for? The wording above it, I guess the title. or
That might be
whatever.
helpful. Yeah.
It says, this is 2 people talking. Friend, this is the first friend, saying, come to my church. It's super chill. And then it says, my friend's church, : here it is.
Yeah.
What are you coming up here to do? You want to come take over the service? Huh? What do you want? What?
I just want a prayer read.
Get out of here.
Can I get a little grace?
No, you can't. No, you get out of here. Get him out of here. Drag this bozo out. Pull him out. Hey, help him out. Get him out.
Drag this bozo out.
And you know what? Anybody wants to come up here and take over the service? We'll throw you out of here, buddy. This church is not a free-for-all. This isn't an open mic. This isn't a karaoke bar. Okay? I'm the man of God here. I meet the qualifications. I run this church. And if you don't like it, then get out. This is not some church where every first-time visitor and brand new believer and people who've never even read the Bible are going to come up and take over the service. Not happening. Okay? If you want that kind of watered-down leadership, go to some house church with your Amish buddies and sit around the coffee table with your coffee clatch. This is a New Testament church. We have a bishop here. We have an overseer here. Like it or lump it. And if you don't like it, feel free to get up and leave the service at any time.
Wait, I thought it was like it or lump it. And now it's, if you don't like it, get up and leave. Why? What do I do? Do I leave or do I lump?
What does lump mean?
How can I lump when I don't know what a lump is?
I mean, a lump is...
Do what you can do.
Now, while I'm remembering it, I saw this video before tonight, and the best part of that clip, you have to watch it to experience it. There's this chill dude on the back pew that's just drinking a cup of coffee through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Somebody's being escorted out, and this guy's yelling and screaming, and there's this old guy who's just like, I had to come with my wife today. He has this paper cup.
Either that or he's thinking, seen this show before.
Yeah.
My guess
He'll
is
calm down in a minute.
When that pastor or bishop or overseer, whatever he is that's up there yelling, finds out that guy borrowed one of his K-cups, it might be bad for him.
Oh, man.
Little inside there.
This kind of thing happens a lot in churches. The average member probably doesn't know it, but people will come in off the street and want to give a testimony, and
this guy just wanted a prayer, some grace.
See, what happens
he wanted
is
a prayer read.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he said, "Can I get a little grace?"
Can I get a little grace?
Okay.
So what does it mean that he wants a prayer read? Did he have something?
He had something in his hand.
Maybe,
I thought he was carrying his Bible with him.
He had something.
Yeah.
But this happens a lot because people will come up in faith traditions that are very free, and it's a free for all, like the guy was saying. And anybody who comes that day that wants to have a say at the mic, we're going to be here all day. So come on up and say it. It doesn't matter how ill thought out it is,
or a house church with your Amish buddies.
Yeah, what did the poor Amish people do?
Come on.
I picture them being pretty strict and rigid in how they handle their service, right?
Well, I mean, how active can you be? There's no electricity inside. You can't see where you're going. You get up and start running around. And
there's no open mic night at the Amish place.
There is not.
No, there might be open megaphone night.
I'll tell you one thing they don't have is karaoke.
No karaoke. That's right.
No.
There's a problem. He was mixing his metaphors.
Yeah.
So a guy came by one night and wanted to say something to our whole church. We'd never seen him before. He was clearly a little disturbed. We had to handle this gingerly. And so he was talking to me, and I said, listen, we don't do it that way, but we would love to hear what your story is. Will you give us a chance to have our service, and then after the service, the elders and I will sit down, and you can share your story with us.
Yeah.
Your testimony, whatever you want to call it. And one of the ushers kind of had to stay with him, but we got through the service without him interrupting it. And I really didn't think he'd wait around. I thought that might put him off. And so he was still hanging around, and we said, okay, let's go back here. We went back to conference room, sat down. He started telling us his story, and I was so glad we didn't. Of course, we wouldn't have ever let him up there, but this shows the wisdom of not letting him up there. He had some story about, I remember something about lightning and then God speaking to him and saying some really wild stuff. I can't remember any specifics, but that's what he wanted to share with the whole church, is that God had told him something or another, and he was, in his mind, he was the most spiritually mature, wisest, knowledgeable person in the room with us that night. And there was no telling him that he might need a psychologist.
Mm-hmm. So this guy, at one point during his rant, he says, if I'm not mistaken, he said, this is my church. I'm in charge here. I'm the authority here.
Sure.
And then he said they had a bishop. Is
and
he
an
the
overseer?
bishop?
Isn't a bishop and an overseer
same thing?
Same thing?
Yeah.
And he referred to himself as a man of God.
Yeah.
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 I'm a man of God.
I'm
sure those titles mean something.
I kind of thought that the
denomination
authority of the church was, Christ. I mean, I mean, he was taking some authority there that I don't think it was his.
He
I'll decide who comes
he let
up
that
here.
preaching job go to his head a little bit.
One of the themes here that we've found lately is pretty free with throwing people out of the church. I mean, haul them out. Got some bouncers. I mean, I'm thinking like in their email update, ushers for this Sunday, bouncers, and head bishop for this week.
Well, when the guy that looks like Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse walks in, you know who the bouncer is.
When your preacher's behind chain link fence.
That's right. Yeah. The guy that's the bouncer's the guy in no sleeves. If you're not sure, just look around. If he's not wearing sleeves, that's the bouncer.
It's like the Blues Brothers when they did that honky tonk and they were behind the chicken wire.
Yep. They had in that video one of the guys that walked up there and was escorting him out. If you didn't hear it, he said it quietly, but I could hear it probably because I was watching the video too. He said, "You are breaking a law." I'm like, "What law is he breaking?" Huh? I don't really know. He just wanted to speak.
The question is, I don't like the way that guy handled it. But what if they tried to be kind and said, we have a service already planned out. This isn't a good time for this. Would that guy just turn around and sit down in his chair?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I think
I think he probably would have.
Now, I would like to know if there was something else that was going on before the recording starts.
I feel like they're probably
was he yelling from the back? We had that here one time, a guy that stood up during service and was like yelling stuff from the back. It's a little unsettling.
Yeah.
We didn't handle it by like having, a mob tar and feather him and carry him out the back, kind of like happened in that video. But it's a little unsettling when that happens. But there had to have been something going on before the record, because he was already hot when the recording starts.
Yeah. It sounded like he'd had some trouble with this in previous occasions, because he was ready for this. This was a guy. I have a feeling this was a troublemaker that they saw coming. They were prepared for it.
Yeah, very possible.
If not, I don't know how that church. Unlike the clip we saw last week, this church actually had people in it.
It did.
There was a crowd there.
Sounded like there was at least double digits in this place. Yeah.
So if that went on every single Sunday, I don't see how there would be people in that church.
But I bet that's happened before, because some of the people in there look like, here we go again.
Yeah, the dude with the coffee, it's just another day in the park.
Yeah, I wish I had no worries in my life like he has, because he looked totally relaxed.
His blood pressure is about 100/60 or something.
Yeah, the guy's living Hakuna Matata.
Feeling like a
It's time for another passage, and this week we're going to be talking about laughter, and our official passage is from Mark Twain, the humorist, the American humorist. The human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. The human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. Twain had a lot of quotes where he would compare humans to animals, and I think this kind of has a little of that in it, that, hyenas laugh, but maybe aside from them, animals don't laugh. And we have that capability, and maybe that's our superpower. He calls it a weapon. Does he mean we attack people with laughter, or is he just saying it's a survival mechanism?
I think, laughter certainly can help to diffuse situations, right? It can be a weapon against a tense situation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, a situation where there's a lot of anxiousness involved, if something happens that brings laughter into the situation, it changes the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe keeps people from being upset or angry or whatever. Just changes the tone of an occasion. So
you have to be careful about that kind of thing, though. So if somebody's really hot under the collar and you make a light of it, it really upsets them. So you have to be good at it, and that's why we're learning from Jason. His jokes are training us to be better comedians,
to be humorous,
and bring laughter into
like Twain was.
Well, you two should probably lead into the professionals. So I look at it a little bit different when he's talking about weapon. I think it's one of the greatest weapons against our own self. So we are prone to be very anxious, worrisome, taking ourselves way too seriously, getting down on ourselves about dumb mistakes we make. And I think laughter diffuses some of that. Laughter is healthy because it brings us back to a place of sanity where we don't take ourselves so serious, where we're okay with making mistakes. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be quote unquote perfect. And when we can laugh at ourselves, we relieve a lot of that strain and a lot of that stress. And it's very freeing. I think one of the hardest things to do is to make a public gaffe, make yourself miserable about it, worry about it constantly. Where if you can just acknowledge everybody makes mistakes, that was kind of funny, and you laugh about it, life is so much better. And I that's how I see it as being a weapon. It's a weapon against getting lost in our own minds and taking life way too serious, because God gave us the gift of laughter. There are too many things in this world that are humorous for God not to have a sense of humor. We're created in his image. And I believe that God has a sense of humor. And I think Jesus laughed when he was with his apostles. I think a lot of his little stories and parables had some tongue-in-cheek stuff in them for humor. And I think it keeps us from taking ourselves so stinking serious.
The prophets could be really funny.
That's right.
They could be sarcastic sometimes, have a little gallows humor, but they found a punchline here and there and used it effectively. We tossed around some other quotes from other comedians and humorists to include, and this one's from George Carlin. Shamans were tricksters. There was a tradition of the trickster, and the trickster was a clown, a humorous fellow. His task was to trick the gods, to humor the gods into laughing so that there was access to the divine, because laughter is a moment when we are completely ourselves. And so he's talking about the use of laughter as a weapon. It goes right in with Mark Twain.
It does.
And in this case, the trickster mythology would use humor to, if I read this correctly, get the gods to be themselves and drop all the pretenses and just be real. And that was to humor the gods. And so that would give him access to the divine, because they've got their guard up until he makes them laugh.
Yeah.
Then he has access.
Proverbs 17:22 says that a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. So, laughter goes along with that merriment, right? And it's an attitude that I think is like a medicine, right? If we don't have, I think it's an emotional thing that translates into physical health as well, because if we're so uptight all the time, we don't laugh, we don't allow some merriment into our lives, we don't have a merry heart, it's not good for us. That stress makes our blood pressure go up, and it is good medicine.
There are actual physiological things going on in the body when you laugh. I want to throw another quote at you guys.
Okay.
I use this in my latest book, Sufficient Grace, available through riddlecreekpublishing.com or on Amazon or locally here at the Burrow Bookstore. This is Kurt Vonnegut, a pretty funny guy, novelist from 20th century. Laughs are exactly as honorable as tears. Laughter and tears are both responses to frustration and exhaustion, to the futility of thinking and striving anymore. I myself prefer to laugh since there's less cleaning up to do afterward. I love that quote. And I think he's right. He's basically saying you got a choice. Life is crazy. Life is going to be hard. So you can either laugh through it or cry through it. And, you choose whichever one you want. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but there's less cleanup after the laughter.
Well, as I think about 24, 25 years of our friendship, we've had a lot of moments where we have sat around tables eating a meal, having very, very serious discussions, and I can remember some of those.
Mm-hmm.
We've also had a lot of moments where we have sat around a table laughing and cutting up, and I can remember so many more of those times than I can our serious conversations. And that's because the response to laughter is connection and joy, because it is fun to laugh with your friends. It's one of the reasons I love sitting in this room on Wednesday nights till well after 10 o'clock, is because I get one night a week where I can sit with two really good friends and laugh. And it does me good. It gives me the energy to face Thursday and Friday during the week, because it's almost like refilling positivity through laughter. And it's such a gift. And I hurt for folks that don't have laughter in their lives. And there's folks like that out there.
Because there's something energizing about it.
It
right?
is. Makes you feel better.
This discussion and what Drew was saying there with the Vonnegut quote, it made me think about, every year on ESPN, they will play the Jimmy Valvano speech that he did when he received, and it's back from 1993 when he received this award from ESPN, and he was close to death. And he established the Jimmy V Foundation, which has raised, I think, hundreds of millions of dollars, if I remember correctly, for cancer research. And during that, he said that there are three things that you should do every day. So he said, number one is laugh. You should laugh every day. Number two is think. You should spend some time in thought. And number three is that you should have your emotion move to tears. He said, if you do those three things every day, you've had a great day. And that just, because it's not just about laughter, right? But it's about the stirring of the emotions. There's something about that, whether it's through laughter, whether it's through tears, whether it's through deep thought. But you need, you got to stir those emotions up to exist, to have an existence worth having.
I like that. I never heard that. But man, if you could have a day like that every day, you're going to have a full life in the years that you've been given, however many or few they are. That's really good. Laughter, getting back to this idea of choice. Most of us don't feel like we have a choice. You make me laugh, court jester. That's kind of our attitude is, I'm going to turn this TV on and see if I can find something funny, or I'm going to go with these people and see if they're interesting enough. But it's really by the attitude you bring into this situation. And I think it is interesting, all the things that we've been talking about, getting back to Twain. It's interesting that human beings laugh, because one of the things that I find really funny, and I know Jason, your wife, is in this group, is people falling down and having accidents.
Oh yeah.
Those videos of people. We don't want them to be hurt, but when
my wife will laugh before she checks on you too.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But what is funny about it? I mean, it's something. It's an accident. Somebody gets hurt. I mean, even if they're laughing, they're hurt. And if you think about all the things that make us laugh, it's when something goes wrong, and it really could turn to tears or laughter. It's that choice you make of, am I going to let this control me, or am I going to control it?
Well, and I think it comes down to what you're looking for in life, because there is humor in almost every moment of life.
Mhm.
Now, it may be subtle. Sometimes it may be gallows humor,
Yeah.
but there is some level of humor, just like there's some level of sadness in everything we do in life.
Mhm.
And you can choose, or am I going to dwell on and look for the humor in life, or am I going to dwell on and look for the sadness in life? And I think the answer is there's some balance to be had there. But if you have the choice, always gravitate towards the humor.
Okay, so I want to throw your words back in your face here. Where do clowns fit into this?
They should not be
They're
allowed
humorous.
to exist.
Clowns are
And they
humorous.
create terror in the hearts of some people.
But you can find humor in anything, Jason.
But
and
I
a
can.
clown's business is humor.
So here's an example of a clown that I find humorous. We were at a rodeo 4 weekends ago, and the rodeo clown entertainer, I prefer to call him the rodeo entertainer,
So that
who
you
does
don't have
some,
to say the word clown.
some face paint on, but not enough and they stay away from me.
And they don't have the frills.
He was hilarious, and the way he interacted with the crowd, I mean, his job is to keep things active and going in between events when they're changing out stuff, moving things around. And he did a great job. And for me to have a terrible phobia of clowns, I found him bringing me joy.
Did
Now,
he
if
have
had-
oversized pants with suspenders on?
He did, and
Okay.
and buddy, they fell off multiple times. And he, if he had come up into the crowd and like sat next to me, I would have vacated the premises. In fact, I saw him hug one of my kids as we were leaving, and I thought, I'm glad he didn't get a hold of me.
Wow. What if you'd gotten a picture with the rodeo clown?
I don't think that'll ever happen,
No?
Tim. Yeah.
No.
But I can even find the joy in that. There was a lady here.
I'm finding joy in your fear of clowns.
There was a sweet lady here who is now deceased
Oh, I
that
know.
every year for Fall Festival would dress up like a clown. And what I found humorous about it was all the things and the links I went to avoid bumping into her.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, there was humor in that, even though I was terrified of her because she had a little scary clown going. But even in that moment,
She was head to toe clown.
yeah. And I can remember seeing her coming across the parking lot, and I'd go the opposite direction and rapidly. But I do think we choose, though. Are we going to choose to focus on happy? Are we going to choose to focus on finding humor in life, or are we going to dwell on the negative? And there's plenty of both. And it's just what you're looking for. You find what you're looking for.
You know, I think sometimes we might be fed this idea that, you know, laughter goes along with immaturity, right? And as you get older and more distinguished, you know, that
We're
that
so
you
distinguished.
that you know, you're not supposed to laugh
You
anymore,
outgrow it.
right? Or that, you know, if you do laugh, he's just a clown,
Mhm.
right? But I mean, I think the things we're talking about, there is importance to laughter, what it does for your heart, what it does for your attitude. It's not a immaturity thing. You know, I think like with anything, if all you ever are, all you ever represent is laughter, then that's not a good thing,
Yeah.
right?
That's a good point.
That's taken to the extreme, right? Has to be balance, but there needs to be a good chunk of laughter in your life, right? Life is supposed to be happy and joyful. And what happens when you're happy and joyful? You laugh some, you laugh within those confines. And so, I think we all need to be careful with, as we get older, that silly stuff, that's not us anymore. we're serious now, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No one likes a curmudgeon.
Nah,
No one.
no. And this podcast, we settled on the format before the first episode, I think, and so it hasn't evolved a whole lot. But we knew we wanted to have fun, and there are a lot of podcasts out there, and there's nothing wrong with this. That start from beginning to end. It's a very serious analysis of Scripture, or a devotional thought, or maybe it's some kind of news thing or sports thing. But we wanted to talk about things that intrigue us, stories that we found humorous, trivia that just conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And what we found is that a lot of people enjoy the first part of the podcast more than the second part.
Yep.
They'll give lip service to this part, the serious part, but what they really connect with, is the humor. And it's not a humor podcast. We don't pretend to be comedians or anything like that. But
y'all don't.
We want to have fun, and I think there's value in that.
one of the best compliments I think we've gotten from one of our passengers was somebody, that came to church with us one night and told us that they had been listening, and he said something to the effect that, it's just good to see what good Christian relationships are supposed to be like, and it's like, wow, that just, it meant a lot, because
that was
that's
nice
really
comment.
what we're doing, is we're just sort of hanging out, having fun, talking with each other. And that really is, what we look for in our Christian relationships. There's a lot more, right? There's holding ourselves accountable to one another. There's serious things in this life, but our relationships bring us joy. And a lot of what we do here is just sort of have fun together and, let others be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, I hope we continue to do that. But we're going to take a break tonight. We're just going to end it right here.
Yeah, I need to get some sleep. I've got to work on this obesity.
Yeah, and Jason, we got to let Jason work on his weight loss plan
Get
of
you back
sleeping.
under that line.
Yeah, you got to get back
Get his
down.
health back to where it needs to be through sleep.
I'll talk to you later about morbid obesity.
You need 2 extra hours of sleep.
Oh, man.
I need to sleep for the next year or so.
If you get a chance, go online, whatever platform you use, leave us a rating and review. That helps us get to more ears. And we want to share this wisdom from the quotations we work through and the biblical connections to it with as many people as possible. But we appreciate you listening in, and stay with us till next time.
Follow us on Instagram at passages_podcast. And join us next time on Passages.